Hello, Paulo Leite here, record collector, continuing with my visit to a local record fair in Lisbon, Portugal. Let's see what this vendor has to offer. Starting nice with some Beatles on vinyl. Plenty of Pink Floyd. Uma Guma, 1969 by Pink Floyd. And the one right after, Atom Heart Mother, 1970, their first album to reach number 1 in the UK. Both of these covers were designed by Hypnosis, a London design group specialized in creating album covers for artists. Over the years, they designed some pretty famous covers. Mosaic, 1989 by the Gypsy Kings. This was their 4th album and my favorite. They have released many albums since then, but this one remains my favorite. I don't think they were ever as big in America as they are in Europe, but their sound is so good. They have been accused of bastardizing the flamenco, but to that I would ask, is there a genre that hasn't been bastardized? I Got Them All Cosmic Blues Again, Mama, 1969 by Janis Joplin, a gem. And speaking of Janis, here's the Woodstock box set on 3 LPs. In 2019, Rhino released a massive 38 CD box set with nearly the entire performances. But back in the 70s, this 3 LP box was it. Really, 1972 by J.J. Cale. Now here's a great songwriter. And Troubadour, 1976. This is a great album and, as you can see written on the plastic jacket, it contains the original version of that song Eric Clapton turned into a hit song 1 year later. Fragile, 1971 by Yes. Here's an album that should be enjoyed again and again and again. And now for something completely different. Voice of the Xtabai, 1950 by Ima Sumac. This was her first album in America. It went to number 1 in the US and turned her into a legendary artist. Another one, Mambo, 1954. And one more, Legend of the Jivaro, 1957. If you never listened to her, oh, you should, because her voice, I think, never had a match. It's great to find her albums here. Many Latin American singers tried to imitate her voice, her style, but she was just too unique. No one ever came close. I discovered her in the 80s when I was exploring my grandparents' albums. Of course, the genre in which she sits, exotica, fell out of favor with the audience by the mid-60s. But still, the quality of her work kept her going strong for at least a decade more. Over the Edge, 1979. This is the soundtrack for Matt Dillon's first film. It is a great album, but it only contains rock songs that play on the film. The real gem is the orchestral score that, sadly, I think was never released. Sounds Astounding, 1974, by the London Philharmonic Orchestra. This is classical music with an orchestra enhanced by synthesizers. It's beautiful and completely different from the trend at the time of simply replacing the orchestra with synthesizers. This album delivers, and sadly, I've never seen a CD version of it. A Donna Summer cassette, one of her best albums, That's Sweet. On CDs, good titles too. This vendor also has some good stuff. Let's check. Octopus, 1972 by Gentle Giant. Some of the best prog rock ever. Incredibly creative. I like to arrive early at a record fair and quickly go through all the vendors and see what may interest me and look for the different vendors who carry the same album I want. That way, I can compare prices. If I arrive late, I fear the best stuff will be gone. Enjoying this video? Please give it a like and subscribe. There is more great content coming soon. Thank you. Island Life, 1985 by Grace Jones. This was her first compilation. Ain't this one of the most beautiful covers ever made? Also, Living My Life, 1983. Now, this maxi is interesting. It contains two versions of the song that gave the title to her 1982 album. But despite that, the song is not on that album. We've Only Just Begun, 1971 by Claudine Longet. This was a very successful album, despite the fact that many of the songs here were not exactly a good match to either her voice or her singing style. However, she was a very unique singer and lots of people liked her. I like her too. The CD collection has some nice titles too. Eve, 1979 by the Alan Parsons Project. Alan Parsons is a great artist and a master record producer, and I find it kinda sad that in every interview he gives, the interviewer spends a lot of time asking him about his work with Beatles and Pink Floyd instead of his own music that eventually will come later. Oh, Tell Me When, 1964 by the Applejacks. They are completely forgotten today. They were signed by Decca, and a few of their first singles were quite successful. But I think Decca couldn't find a way to develop them. Plus, the Beatles came along pretty much at the same time and set a pretty high bar. So by 1965, they were pretty much history. Maybe they were never that good, or Decca could not find a producer who could make it work the way George Martin worked the Beatles. I guess we'll never know. In Flight, 1984 by Denny Laine with Paul McCartney. This is a reissue of Denny Laine's album Japanese Tears, released in 1980. I don't know why they changed the order of the songs. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head by B.J. Thomas. This is a nice compilation that was released in 1992. It's great because I rarely come across his albums, at least in decent shape. He was so good, very overlooked in my opinion. Another vendor. Blues Breakers, 1966 by John Mayall and Eric Clapton. This is the 1977 reissue. Let's look at this vendor's collection. Darkness and Hope, 2001 by Moonspell. Around 2012, I was the assistant director in one of their music videos, Lycanthrope. It was lots of fun, and I absolutely loved the band. They are awesome people. Neo Geo, 1987 by Ruichi Sakamoto. Iggy Pop sings a song titled Risky, very 80s. The Art of Falling Apart, 1983 by Soft Cell. I have always loved their sound. Numbers is a brutal song. Harvest, 1972 by Neil Young, of course. I love record fairs. I'm having a great time. So far, I have seen albums I haven't seen in years, and plenty of stuff I need to try. That's the beauty of a record fair. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. There's more great content coming soon. Thank you.